03 Ford Lightning. We'll get right into it and just hit off on why this truck was so special and why everyone wants their hands on them and why they got that cool reputation. So to start, a grill that only the Lightning got. She is hot, she is hot, she is hot. These headlights are super aggressive. That front bumper, look how low to the ground that gets. On a pickup truck in the early 2000s from Ford, they did this thing right. It is super aggressive looking. I love the curves, I love the styling. Even the paint job on here is smooth. The Lightning badges, very, very iconic, even from the first gen. That's what really got it all started. And then we all remember the special vehicle teams that Ford had going back in the day. SVT. Take a step back, Joey. Check out these 20-inch aluminum wheels. Sorry, 18-inch aluminum wheels that SVT cooked up back in the day. They're lightweight. They fit the truck so well. I love it. And guys, too, to let you know, we did just put a brand new set of hand cooks on here. You're going to have all the grip you need. It's a square set of 295s. So gotta love that. You don't got to worry about a thing when you get this one, because we already buttoned her all up for you. And it's just going to be jump in and enjoy. Now moving on to the tail end. Now we even got, part of this little kit on here, giving that thing the low look, but still having a lot of function and practicality of a truck is sweet. This one's got an airy hard cover on the bed. This thing is lined with carpet. You pop it up, you store your goodies, they stay warm, they stay safe. You can lock this thing up. It's all good. SVT F-150. Guys, this thing was, making people's, minds blow back in the day. What, SVT? I'd only seen that on my Mustang. This is the same era of the Terminator Cobra. SVT on an F-150. Imagine walking into a dealer, early 2000s. How could you not walk out with one of these, or at least dream about it? This is a really slick side exit exhaust. Let me get that hood pop. Right on, right on. I love the paint on this one too. It's slick. Very cool color. This, so you know, goes over to the left. And voila. So these here, we recognize that blower. Eaton makes it. SVT puts their name on it. And this is the same supercharger they had on the 0304 Cobras, the little Terminators. Gotta love it, gotta love it. And one thing too, we can all appreciate about this truck, as anyone could imagine, you'd be tempted, you're having so much fun in this thing, making all that power you're already making, you'd be tempted to hop her up a little further. Let me get that cold air intake, let me drop that pulley down in size, and I kind of want a set of headers. What's cool about this one, that was fun in the day, but you can't beat that OEM, and this one's got everything stock. It hasn't been all tuned up. That motor's strong, she is healthy. Same with that blower in there. It doesn't need to be rebuilt. We're looking at a all original setup, only 78K miles on here. And yep, the light under there is working. All is clean. There's a little bit of dirt under here. We took her for a spin earlier. We'll get it all polished up for when we kick it off to you. No big deal. And we'll close this up. We almost had her. Perfect. All right. Now the fun part. Starting in the rear here, get them blinkers rolling. Driver. On to the passenger there. A little bit of brake. And we'll drop her into reverse. Let's see if them little backup lights come on. That driver blinker rolling. on to the passenger there. We'll hit the brakes. And how about them fogs? Danger to manifold, danger to manifold. Don't worry, that is just the seatbelt light going. All right, now here inside of this car, there's a lot of little items to touch on and talk about. We won't make this longer than it needs to be here, but super, super cool cockpit inside of these cars. Very early 2000s Ford Correct. You recognize a lot of these dials, knobs, buttons. This one's got a 6 CD changer in here. I love it, I love it. We have a tilt column on this truck, which is sweet. And I might have to steal the camera here, but if we could peer in and see all this lovely stuff going on. We got SVT all over the place. On the right hand side back there we have a boost gauge going on. Coolant, 140 mile per hour speedo, 78,000 miles. Oil pressure and fuel gauge, all very good. I'm gonna put this back on up. Our light switches, our little dimmers here to make them go light or high. We'll show you this radio working. Hell yeah, hell yeah. What do we have here? Two 12-volt little power sockets. What do we have here? Two cup holders as well, or a little ashtray if you prefer it to be so, but that could pop out of there. Cool, cool, cool. Down in the glove compartment, original owner's manual, and a couple other little papers to go with the truck. And then a totally crack-free minty dash. We have, that's locking the steering wheel back into place. We have room for 3 in here. Some sweet SVT seats. This material, this Alcantara, this suede, you really grip good in here. They've got nice bolsters. Come and do a little stop here. No screeching or squealing. Very graceful stop. That blinker cuts off on its own. Hear that whine. These things are too cool, man. I love watching that boost gauge freaking creep up and hit. As soon as that thing starts to go, you are stuck in this seat. As this thing is bone stock too, not even a tune on it, and she makes jam. This is kick-ass. For a pickup truck, I mean, obviously this thing's sexy too, but this is like a little sleeper unit. You cruise around all tame, you get actually decent mile per gallon too, and then you let her eat. Thank goodness we got a fresh set of 295s gripping this road, but damn, she's got it. I'm like half throttle Jim over here. We're about to have a real trouble if I let this thing hit the full chip. Dang.
Yeah, Mackenzie, I think this thing gets the chips and dips.
She sure does, Joey. Man. Yeah, chips, dips, all of that thing, man. It gets half the store. Guys, we're on our way back to the shop here. There's a set of railroad tracks, and it's just a good little feeler for the bumps. Obviously the brakes, no squeaks. Let's hear that suspension go. No creaky door, nothing. This thing's tight.
All right, guys, we're gonna take a quick walkthrough on the underside of this truck. Everything you pretty much expect from a Ford. This Lightning does have a little lowering kit on it. To complement that, we got some aftermarket sway bars. Everything seems to be pretty fresh, maybe a newer kit. As far as suspension goes, the shocks, the bushings on the sway bars, everything looks pretty new. We're gonna take a little bit deeper of a dive back under here. We just did a fresh fluid change on her, got a new oil filter. You'll notice a little discoloration here. That's not because it's leaking, but just because it's got fresh fluids. Exhaust, catalytic converters, everything like that is intact, original, where it should be. Fuel tank is looking good. Drive shaft, I mean, guys, look at this. A big 3.5-inch aluminum drive shaft. When do we see that on production trucks back in the 2000s? We don't. We're gonna keep moving to the back. I'm guessing as a part of the kit, we dropped a leaf spring. The back is lowered. We have a little bit of a notch in the frame, all obviously professionally welded up. No rust or any additional areas of concern as far as the notch goes. Again, suspension clean, shocks clean. We just put a brand new set of rubbers on this truck. And if you guys are crazy enough, the back here, we do have a hitch set up. You will be able to put or plug your trailer into that. I don't know what you would really be trailering with the Lightning, but everyone's got their own things. Maybe you got a jet ski or whatever it is. This will get it done.
All right, guys, ladies too, thank you for tuning in, checking this thing out. These trucks have a ton of heritage. They touch a lot of us near and dear. We all remember that Fast and Furious, the red one. You know, send that Lightning up to Harry's. We need all the spoon engines and the big bottles of NOS before the race, whatever it was. You know, they're only getting fewer and far between. The miles are only getting higher. And the chances of getting one like this, well, I don't think they're getting better from here forward. But that's okay, guys, because we got an opportunity to get one now. If you think this is the right one for you or want to know where to get one, why don't you give us a call? The number is 248-714-2110. We're happy to help over here at Lafontaine Classic Cars. We deal in this stuff. We got the old schools, the new schools. You can check out our website. We'll leave all that good detail for you down in the description. And lastly, just thank you for tuning in. Feel free to comment. Let us know what you'd like to see, what we might have missed on this one, or wish you maybe would have done. There's a set of railroad tracks over there I wanted to launch something off of for a while.